So, let's talk about Rangers for a second. Because, as we all know, Rangers are probably one of, if not the least popular class in Dungeons and Dragons. And there are many reasons for that, and we're not going to get into mechanics or anything like that today. But what we are going to talk about is, how does the Ranger make us feel? Yeah, that's right. I'm putting on my therapist hat for today. And no, I'm not licensed or anything. I know nothing about therapy or psychology. Please don't sue me. But the point is, Rangers don't feel as cool to play as most other classes. And there's a reason for that, because you see, I think it's a matter of expectations. Because when I think of Rangers, what I see in my head is now, I don't know about you guys, but the first time I saw this scene, I was like... And immediately, I wanted to try it out for myself. But I couldn't exactly just go down the street, shoot a guy full of arrows. That's not cool. So how do we fulfill our fantasies? Well, we play them out in Dungeons and Dragons. But the problem is, Dungeons and Dragons Ranger doesn't really do that. No, Dungeons and Dragons Ranger feels more like this guy who feels real comfortable in his own, well, neck of the woods, so to speak. And every fight, you choose a target, lock onto it, shoot it until it's dead, rinse, and repeat. And I wanted something more, so I sat down and thought to myself, what should I do? And I've reached a conclusion I should do what I do best, which is create more subclasses, because subclasses, like dice, is something you can never get enough of. And I would like to present to you another kind of ranger, the kind that is mobile, that is as swift and graceful as the wind. This is the Gale-Dancer. Now, you're probably wondering, how does Gale-Dancer fix the problems that I've described with the Ranger? Well, we've talked about making the fights more mobile and not having you be a single target machine gun. Let's see how we handle that using this subclass. First off, we've got our spell list, which all either enhance your movement or affect the movement of your opponents, making the battlefield more dynamic and interesting. Added to that are the Windwalk and Bellwing Currents abilities, which both serve the same purpose, either making you move way more efficiently or forcing your opponents to move. Zephyr Fighting enhances your defenses so that you cannot be punished for moving and changing your position so drastically mid-fight. But let's move on to our higher level abilities and see how they change what's going on. First of all, we've got Storm Strike, which lets you create AoE blasts of wind around your opponent so that you can focus on multiple targets instead of one. And lastly is the Avatar of Wind, which not only lets you fly around the battlefield, but also make sure that you won't have to spend all of the uses for your other features so that you can keep your mobility and your multi-target features. Hope you enjoy! Have fun playing out there.